am back. This is my first video that I have been able to record in Buffalo. I got here and bam, got sick. And I have been sick, well, I was sick solid for 10 days and I'm still not back to where I normally am. I'm starting to exercise again and I'm still napping, and there's one thing about me, my friends, napping to me is a huge waste of time. Even though they say how great it is for you, I always think I could find something better to do than nap. But napping is good for you, and I have been taking full advantage of it, and it has just been a rough road. My sinuses are all messed up, my ears are messed up, I keep getting headaches. Anyway, that does not matter. I am back, I am here, and so many things that I have wanted to share with you. Dean Davidson came out with a new stone, the aquamarine. I'm wearing it today. It is absolutely gorgeous. I have all the rings on just so you could see the beautiful color. Just spectacular, and I feel so bad that it took me so long to get this stone out because it is just exceptional. This is the castle ring, the signet, and the plaza, and these are the stud earrings in the large. I also have them in the medium or the small, I'm not sure, and the signature stud necklace. Just beautiful. It is the aquamarine, the gemstone of the summer is here, named for its soothing ocean-like hue, and it really is gorgeous. Aquamarine sparkles with the sublime energy of the sea. Its subtle, translucent blue goes hand in hand with warm days and wedding season, making aquamarine our gemstone of the summer. And this is the ad that it came with, and there is a picture of the plaza ring. So beautiful. Dean does allow us a discount of 25% off. Tammy 25 is the code if you are interested in the aquamarine. So for today's video, outside of sharing the beautiful aquamarine from Dean Davidson, I wanted to talk about my hair. Yes, we are heading into 7 months. I actually missed a month there because I actually did record the 5-month, and I just got sick. I couldn't edit it. I couldn't get it up in time. So now we're moving into 7 months. So I'm just going to skip those 2 months and we are going to move into the 7 months because I do have a different feeling about this whole thing. I truly do. So first off, I did visit Kelly, and that is my hairdresser here in Buffalo. And we took away the gold. If you look, that demarcation is a little bit better. It's still there, but it is a cooler tone blonde versus my usual golden tone blondes, which at first there was a little bit more ashy silver to it, and I knew it would fade off, but and Kelly knew it would fade off, but it was a shock to me. So when she first did it, the ends being porous because they are drier, they did pick up a little bit more of the pewter, so she had to go back in and add a little bit of gold to make me happy. But it is now really just, well, this is the underneath hair, which is going to be a little bit darker. But this is the tone of my hair now. So if you put it up next to the actual hair, you don't see as much of the line. Now, I will say, if you are on this journey with me or you are deciding to do it, and this is something that you would like, you have to really make sure that the person you go to understands the texture of your hair and color. It is very important because, for one, doing it this way can damage the hair terribly if you are not in good hands, because they usually do a lot of highlighting and pull it way down so that you don't have a huge difference in your actual whites or whatever color your hair is. There's not such a harsh grow out line. So make sure you are in really good hands. And if a stylist tells you, oh no, you don't want to do that, can't do it, it's probably because they don't know how to do it. And that is the only way they know how to tell you without saying, I don't know how to do that. So if they say something like that to you, trust them. So anyway, I trusted Kelly. She did a great job. and you can see there's a huge difference. The underneath hair is still a little bit darker through here. That's pretty much what it used to be for me, and this is where she has taken it down. So, and of course, I'm going to continue to mask my hair. Today I used the avocado kiwi mask, which has no protein. Now remember, I do have, and I'll probably work on that video when I get back to Florida, which we head back to Florida the end of July. So that will probably come in August sometime. But I have been collecting and researching and finding protein-free hair masks because it is not easy to do. And I will do a video on the best ones for you. So right now I will highly recommend the Briogeo Avocado Kiwi Mask. I actually am going to do an empties video today. So I do have that in my empties. This mask is beautiful. It doesn't weigh the hair down. It moisturizes the strands. So it always looks healthy. It always looks healthy. So I will continue to treat my hair in the way that I always have. Masking is very important. And another thing is we're not really sure what the white hair is going to bring to us. It can, white hair or silver hair or gray hair, salt and pepper hair, whatever, it has a tendency to be a little unruly, sometimes a little more coarse. Now for me, I am noticing that the back part that is more salt and pepper is becoming, it's curlier, much curlier than my normal color hair before it started to turn salt and pepper. And I turned white in the front before I really started to, I was almost 90% here, where I was probably about 45% in the back. So your hair doesn't always grow out in the same amount. You may have more on one side, you may have more in the front, more in the back. Usually the front part of the hair will be a little bit lighter than the back part. That's my experience, and looking around at women who have allowed their gray, white, normal hair color. A lot of people don't like when you say normal because they say you weren't born with white hair. But at this point in my life, this is what's growing out of my hair. And if I were to really, compare it, I was born with black hair and blue eyes. I've mentioned this before. My mother was in her glory. But as babies, our eyes we can be born with one thing and it changes quickly, and that is what happened. I pretty much grew up with mousy, blondish brown hair my whole life. It was actually lighter when I was younger, and then with age, the mousy blonde became a mousy light brown. And then right at around 26 years old, I started to see a lot of white gray hairs growing out in the front. So then I started highlighting my hair to have them blend. And then when it became too much, I started coloring the hair, having a base color and then highlight. And I have done that. I'm 60, I'll be 63 in November, and I have been coloring my hair probably since I was about, 15 years old. I was highlighting. And then when I went to cosmetology school, we played around there, so I was highlighting, doing a little bit of coloring. So I've been doing this to my hair for a very long time. And I made the decision 7 months ago to go ahead and do this. Now, a comment was left to me, and a woman said that she has white salt and pepper hair, but she's just not ready for it, but she feels so pressured to let it grow out because she thinks that's the thing to do. I need to say that I did not make this choice because it's a trend or I felt pressured. This was something that I had tried to do 2 other times and let it go as far as 6 months, but I was just not ready. There was nothing about it that I was ready for. So I colored my hair again. But then, moving to Florida, not having a stylist, doing it myself, and then realizing for some reason, and I do think it's the vitamin D and the sun, my hair grows much quicker in Florida than it does up north. So for me to look like I was a natural blonde, I would have had to have colored my hair probably once every 2 weeks. Now, I have a very sensitive scalp to hair color, so I would have to prepare my scalp. It would itch. It would even burn at times. So I would have to not use any brushes on my hair, my scalp. I would have to not wash it for a couple of days. I could not do anything that would irritate or stimulate my scalp in preparation for color. Because if I did, if I would brush my hair in the morning, I swear the color would hit all of the brush marks. And I could feel that. Now, I never complained because it was just part of the process, because I was not ready to have my hair white. But I am here to tell you, my friends, I love my white hair. I cannot see myself picking up a bottle of dye and coloring it ever again. I know that will disappoint some, but I also know that it is going to really make some of you giddy, because so many of you are on this journey, so many of you want to take this journey. And you know, there is something to be said. You have to have a confidence within yourself. If you are someone that really allows the opinions of others to dictate what you do in your own life, this will not be for you. Now, in my private personal life, a lot of my friends, this was the first time them seeing me like this. Some of them watch my videos and others don't. So some didn't even know I was doing this. But the compliments have been unbelievable. And I don't have the kind of friends that are going to blow smoke up my butt just because. No, that's not the kind of friends I have. We're honest with each other. We never say anything mean or hurtful or hateful. We are honest. And really, I've had one person in Florida that has known me for the time that we have been living there. She said, I think it looks nice, but I like your yellow hair better. She's a little bit older, but that's okay with me. She's entitled. She was very kind in the way she said it. She said, I think it looks very, very pretty, but I like your yellow hair. Here in Buffalo, it has been amazing how well this has been received. I mean, let me just put this out there. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care if my best friend dislikes it with a passion. I don't care if there are people out there watching me that absolutely despise this. I don't care, because it is my head. So, you know, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't feel you need to necessarily share your opinion with women that are going on this journey in a hateful way. You can simply do like the woman said to me, I think it looks very nice, but I prefer your red hair. I prefer your black hair. I prefer your green hair, purple hair, whatever hair. And, you know, the comment has been made to me underneath my videos, never in real life, about how men will no longer be attracted to me. And I've stated this in a few other hair videos that I have done. I don't really care what other men think. Lou's the only man I care about his opinion, and he loves it. He has no problem with it at all. And I don't know why he would, because his goatee is white, most of his hair is white, the back of his head is salt and pepper. So he's wearing his hair the way it's growing out of his head. Why can't I? Anyway, so I went to my eyeglass place yesterday, and as soon as I walked in, I had my hair pulled up in my little top knot that I normally do. And as soon as I walked in, the man behind the counter, he looked up, he goes, hi, how you been? And then all of a sudden he looked and he went, oh my gosh, I love your hair. I love it. It looks fabulous. He just went on and on and on about it. And it was pulled up in its top knot like it normally is. And then when I sat down with the gentleman that takes care of me, because I ordered some new glasses. And I wanted the crystal color. They look just like plexiglass. They're clear, because I just think they'll look really nice with the white hair. So I had a couple of frames setting down at me, and he said, I love it. He said, I love when women age naturally. And he was a younger man. He's 40-ish. But he loved it. He absolutely loved it. So, but again, I don't care whether someone loves it or they don't love it. So that is the first step to taking your journey. You must have a confidence within yourself to not really worry about what other people think. Now, if your husband, your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend is not on board with gray hair growing out of your head, that is something that you have to work out with them. Lou has supported me, and he says, Tammy, it's hair. It's hair. And it's true. It's just hair. It's just another hair color. Okay? So you really do have to be honest with you, if I weren't on YouTube, I probably would not have anyone in my life that would pass anything negative onto me. They may talk about me in a group when I'm not around. I don't know what they're saying about me, and it's none of my business what they're saying about me, and I truly don't care what they are saying about me. But because I'm on YouTube, that is where I have a tendency to get the negative comments. And to be honest with you, there really haven't been that many. All right, so let's get back to talking about the hair. So this is July 23rd or 24th will be the 7-month mark. My hair does grow fast, so keep in mind your journey may be very different from mine. Your grow out pattern is going to be very different. And I'll say something about a grow out pattern. Now, when I first started this, I looked in the mirror more often and said, what are you doing, Tammy? What are you doing? This is ridiculous. But I had made a promise to myself. I was going 6 months, and I was not going to look back until that 6-month mark, because I really do think it's important that you give yourself enough time to see the pattern of growth. Because this, when it started to grow in, you'll notice it's a little darker right here in the center for me. When that first started growing in, I was like, ooh, I don't like that, I don't like that. But the more this white, and I have to say, and I hope this isn't taken in a conceited way, I think the white that is growing out of my head is spectacular. It's beautiful. And but I've always been drawn to white hair. The salt and pepper on me, I've said this before, and I don't mean this offensive to anyone. Again, why would you care what I think? For my own personal preference, I don't think I would have been comfortable with this color all over the salt and pepper. Salt and pepper can be very beautiful if you have the right skin tone. For me, I need the brightness around my face. So the white is very important to balance off the middle section, which is going to be salt and pepper. But that is for my skin tone. If you are salt and pepper and it is gorgeous on you, just say, zip it, crazy Miss Tammy. Who cares what you think? Because I'm not passing judgment on women that are walking around with salt and pepper hair. I'm saying for me, this is my journey. I am only talking about my journey and what I'm experiencing from other people, how I feel internally. Can I project a pretty woman image having white hair? Can I project a youthfulness about myself? Does it necessarily mean when you allow your hair to look like this, like some people have said to me, does it necessarily mean that you are no longer attractive? No. Does it necessarily mean that you are no longer sexy? No. Does it necessarily mean that no one else is going to ever be attracted to you? No, it doesn't mean any of those things. And that's the beauty of being a human being. We are all attracted to something different. What one person finds beautiful, the next will not. And some people are very much into the natural aging process, male and female. Some are very attracted to keeping up with the more va-va-va-voom. There are all different types of people. So whoever you are, you can be a bombshell with white hair. Why not? You can also be a very classy woman with white hair. You can still be a tomboy if that's what you are. It doesn't matter. It is just a hair color. You can dress the way you want. You can still wear makeup. You just have to tweak things slightly. Now, with the white growing out, I'm able to get away with some of my colors that I have loved forever. Today, I am in the pinky peach family, which I have always loved, but I am now able to add a little more pink into the look the more the white grows out. So I'm really happy about that because I love my pinky peaches, and I was like, ooh, am I gonna really like the cooler, neutral, bluer tones? I don't know. So as my hair grows out more, I'll be able to play with more colors. So for me, the journey has really been, in the beginning it was up and down, but now it is not. I mean, and to be honest with you, when I pull my hair back, I love it even more. And you'll also get from a lot of people, well, why don't you just cut it off and make the whole process easier for yourself? Well, that's okay for some women. And if you're a hairdresser out there, you will understand what I'm talking about. Until you understand the texture of someone's hair, you have no idea really what you're talking about, because for me, the more weight I have on my hair, the better it performs for me, because I have frizzy hair. And if you have been trying to fight frizz for years and years and years, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not the type of person that can put a lot of layers in my hair, because my hair doesn't just fall into place. It's harder for me to work with then, because it just wants to puff, because that's the natural state of my hair. What you see here is much easier for me, because I can either round brush it, or I can throw Velcro rollers in it, or I can throw it up on days that it just won't behave, and I have a lot of those days in Florida because of the humidity. So cutting it off isn't necessarily right for everyone else. And it goes back to how comfortable you feel with something. I don't like short hair. I had a pixie. I had chin length hair for a very long time, and I was never comfortable with it. So for me, because I do get people, you would look so good with a bob. Actually, I don't look good with a bob. I've had that style haircut, and it was more work for me to get it to behave. And it didn't, to be honest with you, for me, again, this is a personal preference. It is nothing. I think there are women out there that look so good. Sometimes I look and say, man, I wish I could wear my hair like that. And they've got almost a man's haircut, and they look so good. So good. There's a woman, I can't think, her name is Kate, I think. She has a phenomenal figure. She's more athletic looking. She's not the soft, round woman figure. She's more athletic, fabulous shape. You can tell she's taken care of herself for years. But she has super short hair. She's on Instagram. She's not on YouTube. She's on Instagram. But she has super short hair, and every time I look at her, I think, man, if I had her bone structure, oh my goodness, I would shave my head bald if I had her bone structure. But I don't. So I know what works for me. And I think there are other women in the world that know what works for them. And another thing is, I don't feel feminine when my hair is super short. And I love being a woman, so I love that feminine side, although I'm strong too. I love being strong as well. So anyway, again, your journey will be your journey, mine is mine. So hair care products. Now, I haven't really changed much, but I will say there are certain things that you have to watch out for. Now, white hair has a tendency to yellow over time. It's just a, especially if you're on like smokers, your hair may yellow. If you have like a wood burning stove, the environment that you're in does affect your hair. The water that comes out of your taps will affect your hair, but the products you use are just as important. Now, I don't use a lot of blue shampoos. Maybe once a month I was using them on the ends, trying to cool them down a little bit so they didn't look brassy compared to what was going on. Now, I don't really have to do that anymore since Kelly kind of fixed the problem for me. If I am going to use a blue shampoo, I'm going to pick one that is not necessarily very dense in purple color, because you can stain the white hair, and I don't really want to do that. Now, my white hair, I've never had to use any type of blue shampoo on it yet. It has not yellowed on me at all. Now, this may start to yellow a little bit in the sun, so I may then use a little bit on that area, but I will always avoid the new growth. There's no reason to use a blue shampoo unless you are seeing the yellowish tones that are caused from your environment or the water or products that you're using. Now, here's another thing about products. And I was going to bring it, I did bring it in. Let me grab it. So when it comes to your hair oils or your shampoo, your conditioner, a lot of them will be yellow in tone, or some of them are really strong pink in tone. So if you use those a lot and you start to see that tint in your hair, you may have to change from using that. Now, I still use a clarifying shampoo once a week on all of my hair, just to make sure I am taking any extra product laying on, any silicone that may be coating my hair, so that my masks work better. And I do think that a clarifying shampoo is good for all hair colors, and I still use one. But for my hair oils, I have noticed that many of them are golden in tone. Now, I don't use a lot of oils on my scalp, but once my hair gets longer and the white is, down to here, I will be using oils. And I don't want the oils to stain my hair. So the Moroccan oil that I like to use as a treatment oil is it has an amber tone to it. So that may not work for me in the long run. Now, they do have a lighter one, and I do have a bottle of that. So if the original doesn't work for me, I will try for light hair. But there are a few oils, and this is my favorite hair oil, especially finishing oil. But the Colleen Rothschild Smooth and Shine Hair Serum is absolutely clear. So if you have white hair and you're having a problem with hair oils, because a lot of them are tinted, or they're argan oil, which has a yellow hue to it, or a golden hue to it, or an amber tone, they may not be working for you. So the Colleen Rothschild, it is clear. It is not pink. It is clear. No color at all to it. It's right there. And it just works so beautifully. I mean, I run it through the ends, and it just adds an incredible shine. It does not weigh the hair down. It doesn't, this is after I've already applied some of it, so I'm applying more, but it really just leaves the hair very nice. And if you are someone that wanted to run it through your gray, your roots, I don't put oil on the roots because it weighs my hair down, because my hair, when my hair is in its virgin form, it is very, very soft. And that's another thing. My grays have not changed from the texture that my hair normally is anyway. They're not as dry, but they're very silky. So far, I haven't been dealing with any coarseness to my gray. Now the back may, because it's very curly back here. So it may, when I pull it up, there's a bunch of ringlets in the back of my neck. So that hair may perform differently than the front of my hair. So the Colleen Rothschild is a clear oil, and also Ageless has a clear oil. Lanza has it's in the blue bottle, or the aqua bottle. It is, it's more of a teal bottle, I should say. But it is clear also. The healthy healing oil, that is also clear. So if you are someone who is dealing with your hair care products leaving a hue on your beautiful white salt and pepper gray hair, then you need to, first of all, try using a clarifying shampoo at least once a week. I like the one from Ageless. And I also like the one from Moroccan Oil, has a very good clarifying. Color Proof has a very good clarifying shampoo. I think Redken has a really good clarifying shampoo. And all of the clarifying shampoos that I use are color proof, okay? All right, so that's a really good oil to try. Again, it's the Colleen Rothschild Smooth and Shine Hair Serum. I think I do have a code for 20% off. But this is really nice. Now, I'm still able to use the Colleen Rothschild hair mask, even though I use it all the time. Practically every day I use some sort of masking on my hair. All right, so I just thought I would go ahead and hold it up so you can see where we are at. And I love this white. Just love, 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 love it. And the center is a little bit, it has a little bit of the darkness in it. Depending on where I part it. This side, that's how it's growing out. And now my back, let me turn around. My setup here is not as perfect as in Florida, okay? But we make the best of it. So my back of my hair, you can see is more salt and pepper. And then as we move to the front, you can see that it starts to get lighter towards the front, but it's still a little bit darker. And then we'll take another part and you'll see that it starts to get white. So the front half of the hair is mostly white, and as time goes on, my back may turn white. Who knows? You know, I can't tell you what's going to happen with this. Anyway, and that is my journey. I have to say, I absolutely love my hair at this point, and I have no intentions of turning around now. This is it. I'm really hoping that when we go back home, I have a growth spurt and it just keeps growing. You know, and I actually do think to myself, okay, at what point will I consider cutting it? And probably if it got to about right here, I would go ahead and cut it. I did cut this time. It was down to my butt, and she took off about 3 total inches, maybe even 4. And just freshened up the layers, but very long layers. I don't get short layers because my hair will just go crazy on me if I put short layers in it, especially in the Florida humidity. So I'm just here to tell you, my friends, it's not the end of the world to allow your beautiful white hair, gray hair, salt and pepper hair to grow out. I don't feel any less a woman. I don't feel unattractive. I don't feel like, oh, Lou is repulsed by me. I don't feel any of that. None of it. To be honest with you, I don't even think about my hair during the day. I get dressed. Well, I used to get dressed. Lately, I've been in my PJs just laying around. But when I am up and about, I feel like Tammy. I feel like a better version of Tammy. I really do. I am not afraid to age. I am not. Something has happened inside of me. I am at peace with who I am. I'm getting chills. I am at peace with everything. All I care about is that my loved ones know that I love them, and that they are all healthy, and that I'm healthy, and that we have quality of life. And I am a true believer, my friend. There are so many people that are so beautiful on the outside that have nothing inside of them. And that's not the journey I care to take. This is all going to fade. We can be whoever we want to be. You can wear your hair any way you want. If you're someone who wants to stay brunette your whole life, then that's what you should do for you. It's only a hair color. So that is it, my friends. 7 months, going strong, just another hair color, my friends. All right, in the comments, let me know how you're doing on your journey. Has it been easy, hard? Did you give in? Are you still going strong? Do you feel pressure to let your hair grow out when you're someone who wants to remain a redhead for the rest of your life? I'm here to tell you, don't do it. Don't feel the pressure. Live your life as a beautiful redhead and just flip your nose up at anybody that has, you know, I don't know. I don't hear many people criticizing women for coloring their hair. So that would be interesting to me. So let me know in the comments, do you have people pressuring you to let your hair grow out its natural state? Or reverse of that, do you have people in your life that are giving you a really hard time because you just want to age naturally? Let's get the conversation going, my friends. All right, friends, that's it for today. Before you leave, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as an ageless beauty. There's a bell right next to it that'll notify you of all the videos that I'm putting up. Until the next time, my friends, go out in the world and be lovable. And remember, it is okay to love your age. I love you all. Bisous.